side of Guild.
I mean, yeah, not running a chamber on this map for them. They've been running that pretty much all season long, and it's very interesting that Safe just played one of the most fantastic chambers we've seen so far last time around.
We're about to find out, or at least have a better idea of how we can place them again. Crew kicking off on the attacking half. We saw a little bit of this. We've actually seen, although that Molly looked like maybe a bit wide. Either way, you're cutting off some of the pressure that could be coming in from the B side of the map.
Yeah, it's an interesting feint. But immediately, Nagzet takes out Safe on the other side of the map. He's trying to go for a little bit more info, thinking it might be a B play. But instead, Crew's just rushing up this A site.
Yeah, the Prowler has already taken U-Hawk, hasn't it following shortly thereafter. A Ghost, no armor. You hear the spike has already begun to plant. Utility goes a bit wide. First big box of the round has been checked, courtesy of Mazzino.
Also dealing with this flank. They just got a little bit of information on Russ, who was trying to go deal with the trademark and actually come through, but they got the information. This is really slow from Guild.
He tried dropping a wall to get around it, go a bit wide. That's a little nutty. You see the tap already coming through for Coldamenta. Now they've already taken care of the alarm bot. Nelzik knows there's somebody coming around. The swing comes in on both sides. Klaus falls.
Russ. Apart.
Yeah, he stays alive.
Coldamenta,
he's gotten it to half. Nagzet with the timing, gorgeous. Perhaps Leo can find more success, but they haven't cleared showers. Goes a bit wide, a 1v1 to kick off the series. There's no better way to do it, and Delzic's Frenzy comes out on top to give Crew the first round.
Fantastic stuff there from Nags as well, coming out of bathrooms, taking down 3 players in that initial. He took down Safe to start things off, who was going aggressive through showers, and I think the idea from Crew there was really good. That feint with the molly that we saw early round baited this push out from Safe. The quietness and the no information, and then the post plant was really good. Even though the trades were going in Guild's favor, they got a lot of kills in that situation. But the clutches continue here from Crew. Anti-clutch in this situation. They were so good in their series against Loud, Mazzino, Kesnit. Actually, every player was so good in those situations.
Oh, a cheeky little something set up. That might hurt. They're able to get back just soon enough, and then a counter nade to keep the pressure back. And you see, speaking of pressure, Guild just kind of fully sending. They've already sent 3. Wow, they're all falling apart, though. The pressure looked good. Just didn't amount to a whole lot.
Flick, too. Still some damage. They're picking up Klaus, but 4 players up now, and they're on the site. It's really interesting to actually look at the stats in terms of eco-round conversions in situations like this. Crew and Guild are some of the worst in this round specifically. So obviously that's not going to matter. They're going to cancel each other out, and it's going to be basically a very important situation to watch in the future series, in the future maps as well. But Crew is able to handle this, and now this is where they get good in their bonus round. They are the best team heading into Copenhagen on their bonus round conversion rates at 63%.
Yeah, that's absurd.
The average is 45% for perspective.
You really are the stats guy.
Okay.
We'll see if those stats hold true as Crew tests the waters towards B again. Trailblazer, excuse me, to lead the way a bit. And nothing going on quite yet. The nice thing is they haven't lost really any space on either side of the map. Perhaps the lack of information, but they do have a little bit of room to reset.
And Crew, who's always been sticking with this Viper, is going to switch and cycle the wall and the orb, meaning they can peek through here, and Safe is not going to be have any say on fighting through that, and they continue to push through into lamps as well, so all control gained here from Crew.
Spike planted.
Rotations are showing up too. Coldamenta, perhaps the late one to the party, but the fight has ensued. Russ once again having to deal with the pesky alarm, about the swing out's not going to land as Delcic cleans him up. Again, remember, ball is stats as the rest of this round plays out. Very interesting post plant setup here from Crew. They have 3 so far back. They've given up some of the space, and now they want to fight back into it. Coldamenta's already taking care of Kesnit, which is a big kill to take care of, and Mazzino's not going to be able to come out with a Guild, get on the board.
Well done from them, and it looked like the same situation that we saw actually on Pistol Round, where the trades coming through lamps, going onto site as well. I think thankful to that Viper wall that they're actually using. Russ is using one that's going all the way up bathroom like normal, but it's cutting off the front, the back of site instead of the front of site, so they can clear all the way up to where they're planting the spike. there's nobody here to really help Kesnet all the way back up in lamps. So they're really relying on him to be able to get something. Either way, just the bonus and a huge buy still here available from Crew.
Yeah, and Nags has the Tour de Force, which you hear come out right on time. Flash got an early bit of info for safe, and he backs right up. Man, look at the pressure that they've taken through showers. They're sending 2 back that way, and now the Prowler through short. There's a lot of info that they've gathered on what's going on here. The thing is, they could flip the map at this point. Crew are in a position where they could, if they don't like it, if they get the heebie-jeebies on what's going on before them, they could duck out through telly. The thing is, they have no info on what's on the other side. And they still have to deal with this pinch that's coming through spawn.
And this one is huge. Only person who's going to be able to find an inkling of it before it's too late is Klaus, and he's way too far up. He's going to get caught.
Knife out.
And the only chance they have here is really to TP out or win the site fight, and I don't think either is happening, especially with that flash now. Not expecting to. Coldamenta in the back.
He's got to stay alive here. A nade in his feet, and he ultimately falls. A 4v2 left for the round. Bazino and Kesnet both still healthy, and both still stuck. They haven't chosen to flip the map, and with 30 seconds left, time is ticking. You're going to have to figure something out here soon. The thing is, the alarm bot, he's going to pass right through it here again. 20 seconds left on the round. So patient in how they approach this. And there's no way they have enough time. Are they just saving this?
Could be, yeah.
The classic 40-second save.
They lost so much map control. I mean, you had to walk back down here. They still didn't deal with actually, who was it, Russ? Who was also flanking, or Safe probably, who got the initial kill. So, yeah, absolutely. At that point, it's like, what do I do? They know the only option for us is TP, and that guy probably doubled back, so.
Well, and you're right. You saw it was Trex who, after getting the kills on the pinch, he started to rotate back towards A in case that was the play. So they were a step ahead of it. Ultimately didn't come out there, but you can see they're doing a very good job of dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and what have you. I got that right, didn't I?
All of the above. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I'm always afraid I'm going to get that backwards.
Did you say crossing? Never mind. I'm just not interested.
2-2 here early on Bind. Gun round for both teams. Klaus with the Spectre.
They still have, obviously, all those guns. So this is a very doable round still for Crew, even though normally if they lost that fourth, it would spell disaster for the economy. But this time, they took quick control of Hookah instead. Grenade! Much different pace compared to the regular default that they were running.
Feels like a bit of a fake though, no?
And they've actually bought a lot of utility out from Guild. They used already the Seas, they used already the Cosmic Divide.
Trailblazer now, yeah.
And I'm not even sure what Coldamenta's stars are going to be, but there's still one down on short, and maybe he has a little bit more recovering too. But if there isn't, they should have an execute window that hurts, especially with Klaus's Viper's Pit. They find the site, and that goes down. That's really hard for Guild to retake without any utility.
Team members of Guild start to scurry back, but again, you see it's so touch and go. They haven't fully committed to the rotation.
Truck's got the ult as well. The showstopper could be huge. No, he goes down. They're just taking the site, but Guild is holding strong.
So impressive, given all of the misdirection that was before them. Save gets 3, not able to get the last, but Leo does. Wow. As Guild take the lead back. What a hold.
Util-less hold. That was fantastic stuff from Safe inside of the tube on the B site. And even losing the player in the back of site, Trex. It's ridiculous that they're able to hold that site. Kesnet falling on top of him. He already got the early entry, so it got the comp from Trex. And that flick is nasty. This guy is playing at an elite level on land so far.
Early, too.
Early in
group stages. It's not like he's warming up either, yeah. Or, I mean, heck, perhaps he is.
Yeah, maybe there's more to come. Still able to scrape together a buy here from Crew.
I don't know how. I feel like it's been in shambles for a little while.
Those guns saved. And they'll still be able to buy next round, even still.
Mazzino getting that orb one step closer to having the Seekers online. You can see, given all of the antics that Guild have thrown their way, the flanks upon the flanks, first from A, then from B, and everything in between, they've left Kesnet back to make sure none of that's coming their way.
Yeah, he's been definitely a Solo mission on multiple of these rounds. Oh, what a shot from Delzik.
I even back to yesterday to go back to the Kesnet point.
Yeah, on Haven against Loud, he was just making it so difficult for them to get anything done on other sides of the maps, and that's why he just got an entry on the Coldamenta.
And look at the rotates off of that. One kill is all it took for Trex and for Leo to scurry to B.
And the crazy part, too, is GLD was doing a great job on this quiet round to get info on the side of the map that Crew wasn't. But then Kesnet fills the gap, and there's still 30 seconds for them to take this site against Safe. But we just saw what he did on the B site.
Remember here, 2 Sheriffs on the side of Crew. It hasn't mattered so far. And they start to funnel out. You do have some showers control, or at least you had it. As Safe not able to deal with the pressure heading his way. The spike goes down to 5v2. You've got an op on one side. Perhaps you save it here. Well, I mean, they've got money for days. I don't know, do you go for it?
Difficult choice, but
yeah,
the op investment for Trex is already unconventional enough. He wants to save. And Leo, with the money that he has, wants to continue to find some exits, or at least hold on to the space for Trex.
Yeah, maybe throw some bows a little bit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's still going to be a little dicey here. They're running up long B already. Look, Kesnet and Klaus. And Klaus is going first with the Sheriff. They're also recovering the Phantom that Kesnet dropped earlier with the kill on the Coldamenta.
That was crazy. You were mentioning at the beginning of the round, they had enough to scrape together somewhat of a buy, right? Like you had, what was 2 Vandals and a Guardian, and then Sheriffs, and they still had money to buy into the next round. They've upgraded the gaps that they had in their buys for free.
We might not see an eco from them.
Yeah, that may have been as close as we're going to get.
Yeah.
Too slow.
I think Ult Economy's starting to lean their way a little bit too. Kesnet and Klaus, yeah, they both have theirs. Mazzino's close.
Yeah, they haven't really been a factor yet. Trex hasn't been able to find a spot to use a showstopper.
Yeah, that's
Klaus has had his Viper's Pit for a couple of rounds. That last round, Delzik with the massive shot down short as well. It's interesting because Crew, historically, and in the first game as well, as they take Hookah and Kesnet doing what he does, that's the type of play you're expecting, Kesnet to charge forward and try to find the entry, but Delzik in the last round as well, contributing a little bit.
There.
It's a good angle from Trex with the op. Against Kesnet, the raise counterpart, but the flash pushes him away.
I don't think I heard the flash pop either. That may have been a fake flash that pushed him off the angle.
Just to find the angle, exactly.
And off of that, Crew once again deciding they don't like what they see or what they feel towards B.
The last time they showed that much into Hookah, though, they were hitting B.
Yeah.
And Safe had that round. This time, rotating very fast over towards A.
Which we've seen out of them a few times now.
Safe has got the Seekers, though, to get the information. And they know it's coming.
There's Kesnet Showstopper. Oh!
Pencil jump. Gravity Well denies it.
Yeah, he gets nothing. He gets some space, perhaps, but that's it.
Can he clear? Actually save? Yes, he does!
Oh, I didn't think he'd get it. I thought it was just at the last second. Now they're going to drop the Viper's Pit, too. Again, similar post plants to what we saw in round 1, what we saw in round 3. They're happy to give up the site, and then they're happy to fight back. Mazzino's already taking care of Russ. The Seeker's out for Mazzino as they try to push their way into that pit.
Even now, they don't even care. This pit goes down. Mazzino with the flank all the way in, but he goes too far.
Gets a little froggy, ultimately pays for it with his life. Klaus still playing in his pit. Spike ticking away.
Oh,
Kesnet,
he's going to get guns again, man.
Yeah.
They're so forward thinking. They knew this round was locked up, and Kesnet now in a position to completely ruin GLD's economy.
He is so pivotal to the success of this team. If he's able to find something, oh, Leo knows. A nade in his lap. Looks like it's all it's going to be, but man, Crew, don't tease me. Don't tease me now.
He really wants the op, too. He could have gone for other players in that situation because he knows the op is hiding, but he really wants that.
And you can tell what their game plan is. It's pressure out of Crew. Suffocate you every step of the way.
Like Kesnet thought he was going to die there for a second. But clearing that bathrooms as well was so pivotal to keep that Viper's Pit up the entire time. We're going to see now Crew looking like they're grouping up towards A, forcing GLD to still be in a position where they have guns with the amount of drops that were there, but this is much faster, more aggressive from Crew. And Kesnet's got the judge all the way into laps already. There's a Fatal coming out too. That's going to push them back, but they still have space.
Oh, Mazzino not able to find anything there. You mentioned Trex with that showstopper. Nags that's swinging out, not able to find it either. But of course, it's the classic from Kesnet that gets the kill. 4v2 here in favor of Guild. Operator in the hands of Safe. And again, pressure coming in from all sides. They decide to flip the map. Perhaps they find easier waters at B.
It's going to be really difficult for them to know that this flank is coming. Losing Nags early on that take. The trademark not a factor whatsoever in the fade. Hawk still keeping them in the sight right now. They should hear it now with that Trailblazer coming through.
They're not going to find much. Spike continuing to tick away. As Trex just goes forward, because why not? If you have the numbers, overwhelm them, throw too much at them, more than they can handle. Kesnet down to 17 HP as Trex gets 3.
And that one was just them, Guild, being able to completely disable Kesnet's judge push.
Yeah.
All the way through lamps. That didn't find anything. They weren't playing in that position. Getting 3 picks before the TP comes out. Trex finally also finding some value with that showstopper.
Spike down A.
And that didn't quite work out. So I think it's going to be back to that slow, more defaulty way of playing from Crew. Try to neutralize any early pushes, then rotate around the map with Kesnet trying to find an entry. And Nags has the op this time, so he might join in on the fun too. Yes, they're spread wide.
I think this will be the first round. We have 2 ops at play too, right?
Yeah.
Nags has 1, Safe has 1 too. And it looks like there's going to be a bit of a duel. Safe holding the angle. Oh, and Nags takes the high ground. Oh, but he flicks onto Delzik. Timing just a bit off. Delzik takes a step too far, and Safe punishes him for it.
That's a big misstep, but they're going to actually respond right back.
And there's the op that we were just talking about. Safe falls a 4v4 for the round.
Bring them down.
And
It's
it's just
still not finding any space in long, though, and this probably is going to push him back. He might actually have to TP away. And all of a sudden, they have nobody coming through long to pinch with Leo.
But they have to commit. They fully send as Leo gets 3. And now the spike's in no man's land. Nags has no way in.
And the TP as well. Guild is being so aggressive when the hits are actually coming. The flanks in this game so far have been masterful. Even when teams have that as their main game plan in their compositions, they're not as good as these ones that are coming through right now. That one just the TP, cutting off anything that's Russ coming through really, really fast after Leo gets that 3K. And the funny part too is Safe is not even playing the typical chamber in that situation and still picks off Delzik. That was a huge misstep, and we'll see it again potentially. Because Delzik is peeking before Nags is even on the angle.
10 seconds left.
There's no jump peek for him, nothing like that at all. He's just trying to actually fight as well. A miscommunication for sure.
The intention being to be able
draw
to trade
some attention. Yeah. And it's kind of speaks to how Crew is actually not necessarily setting up Nagsat all the time, right? Even though he's playing a role that could be really, really impactful, their main focus is setting up Kesnet. And that is a good thing in most cases.
Well, you told the people we'd see it again, so.
One enemy remaining.
I guess we'll take Leo's 3K, which was pretty good too.
Yeah, Leo. But at the same time, you're right. And I think, I was thinking at the beginning of this, it's going to be hard for them to go from beating Optic and Loud, both these teams, and still be able to be motivated to beat a team that's so much less expected than those 2 teams.
Yeah.
The 2 finalists from Reykjavik. It's crazy that we're here in this situation as well. And the players probably think so just as much, although obviously they think they can beat anyone. We've heard them say that plenty of times.
Kesnet has found himself a timing to tuck in hookah. Not gonna get any challenge quite yet, and you see Goldamenta talk about tucking.
He actually hasn't found any challenge throughout this entire game in hookah. Outside of the one round that Safe tried to op of top. I mean, that was almost a round ago, essentially. That was the only time they found anybody challenging hookah.
Oh, Goldamenta's been found too. That Trailblazer gave him away. Has to reposition. And they're burning the clock here, aren't they?
Yeah,
Into that midnight oil.
And Nags is nowhere near
30
either,
seconds
so
left.
they're going to have to hit this without him. Thankfully, they have 2-2 split coming through here.
Crew's really, excuse me, Kesnit's the only one. They are going to go ahead and flush out Kesnit. Tip of the spear, Delsing falls, a swing out his ears. Kesnit's able to find one, the second. Now the operator in play, 10 seconds left. The spike not down yet, but numbers so heavily in favor of Crew. It'd have to be insane, and so far it's been that way. It's a 2v2 now. Spike landed. Russ and Safe both weak, but he gets the first shot, a 1v1, Safe. The flash over the top. No info gathered, but he swings around and he spots him, but not able to land the shots. Nexit now holding the angle with the op. He tries to go up top. He didn't see his head. Nexit doesn't land the shots as Safe gets 3 and the defuse.
A series of misplays, and Naxit almost bails him out. Still, Guild had completely taken control of this game. 6-4. And they're starting to rise up in the clutches too. I was talking about how successful Crew was in clutch situations. They had a 26% clutch rate against Loud. That is clearly not going to be the case so far this series until they really start to heat up. And Safe has been phenomenal on that B site. It looked though that Crew was going to be taking that site for the first time with some great success. Kesnit in the back of site getting the first 2.
Yeah.
But then they over-pushed. They overheated. All the way in the smoke against a frenzy and they lose the fight.
This is vintage Kesnit. This is the Kesnit that you were looking for in Hookah a couple of rounds ago, right? Just go, take the space, take the fight and win it. Now mind you, he didn't win the second one.
No, and that's massive. If you can immediately even out the situation, that's not even going down to a 4v5 for Guild. And it's the ace of Kesnit. So they leave things to Mazzino, they leave things to Nags. And Guild, who've been so good with the mid-round information. Making the right calls, not necessarily always being able to make the holds because of it. And it will be Nags at Mr. Fourth Quarter. I don't know if we can still use that title. Oh, what a shot. Maybe we can.
Yeah, maybe. Might still be the first quarter, but if he's going to deliver all quarters.
It's the third quarter of the first half.
The orbital strike comes down, and Russ falls too. Are they committing to this? I mean, they have Shower's
30
control, so I
seconds
guess
left.
why not? Yeah, they're going to push their way forward. They have the numbers advantage. Just Cold Menta and Leo remain. And they're just going to walk in. But that hold at that angle, it's just too easy. Now Leo with the unenviable task of trying to win a 1v4, and he's not going to be able to do it. Mazzino gets one step closer to having the Seekers online. As Crew get to 5.
Last round in the half.
And we're staying really close, despite the heroics from certain players on Guild. Despite the situations.
Oh, the elbow. The elbow.
That is crazy from Nags. The slow peek, and it really works out. Russ not happy with that orbital strike either. And Crew saved themselves a potentially really bad half. And they putting up respectable numbers here, first half. Again, fast for Kesnit. He's done. He's done waiting. He's done with the defaults, done playing.
He's got the showstopper, and there it is. The first satchel out. He's not able to land the shot. Another nightfall that trades him back, keeps him at bay as the gravity well does the same right outside a window. And the initial aggression that they had, they wanted to bully their way in. Nothing. Gets stopped, gets neutered.
A little damage on Safe, though. He has to be a lot more careful. Still has the op, though, so massive value possible from him. One thing that Crew has done fantastic in the last couple of rounds, even though most of them have not gone their way, has been the flank control. But still, look at Russ. He wants more. Colementa's joining him, too.
We've seen this so many times, so, I mean, surely you're expecting a flank at this point, right? Alarm bot.
What a good alarm bot, actually.
Yeah, it gives him away. Guy had no chance. And off of that, they have to give the space right back. You see him running back into showers.
They
They've
didn't
been
get
had.
info either.
Yeah.
They're going to cut this off.
That's why you see him back at B. Meanwhile, the hit is A. Cosmic Divide with 30 seconds left in the round.
That gives them the plant, though. Oh, what a
No
play!
way.
They pulled
he
him
gets
in.
the kill?
That is so sick from Colementa.
Spike planted.
5v4. Spike did go down. Delzik holding, waiting to see if there's a flank along the way. Already has, or he has a molly too. His Trex just goes ballistic. He tries to go in, he tries to go insane, and he's not able to do it. Klaus falls. Delzik just dropped the molly. Kesnet trying to find some space, but no, Krus holds him back. It's just too much. And with the molly there, yeah, it's gonna delay things just a tad, but it's not gonna be enough. Russ is gonna get the defuse, a 7-5 half.
What an absolute play from Coldamenta and Guild. They really cooked some things up in that round, and that nets them 7. A great half for them, shutting down Crew, who looked like they wanted to strike back.
I still can't put the gravity well on the other side of the Cosmic Divide. We even saw it.
This is so cool. Look at his POV.
Oh, we even saw it and went, oh, they left enough room for the plant. Yeah. Little did we know.
That Cosmic Divide leaves questions, and immediately Coldamenta answers in one of the coolest ways I've seen a planned Cosmic Divide used.
Of course, great fucking off. Lost a pistol.
Yeah, it was great.
Pushing up towards the end. Kesnet just running it down, trying to find entries. But I also love the amount of creativity that Guild has, and they've got some things prepped that I don't think anybody's seen yet. Their Crew also has a little combination of their own. They use the Trailblazer through the long TP, the bathroom TP. That nest Kesnet an orb already. Nags as well got a tricky situation in lamps with the shorty. TP combination.
That's the worst.
It's so hard to clear.
Quiet round out from Guild, as they've already gone through 40 seconds in the round. And they haven't shown very much. They haven't taken very much space either.
Looks like we're back to the slow pace that Crew had in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Both spotting the crosses of Hookah and Long, and they'll fall back and play sight. Nags trying to get aggressive here. That might pull some rotates off.
But it's not. Safe tried causing as much of a ruckus as he could while the rest of his team was trying to get into B. It was a flash in his face. It was everything, but they don't bite. They start to flip the map back, though.
30 seconds left.
And now, off of that, the audio cues, Crew can rotate
seconds.
back to A.
There's still a nade, though, here from Kesnet.
They haven't won the
Delzik
foot race.
still has bathroom.
Yeah, they haven't won the foot race. There's still utility on the other side. This is a problem. They're going to have to brute force their way in. There's a nade that you mentioned. No way. The triple, quadruple pump fade?
Decay through this orb, too. It's going to stay up.
Klaus never left.
One enemy
It's just too easy at this point. Perhaps tried getting a bit too, bit too nice with it.
What choice did they have? There was a nade coming in their face. They weren't going to be able to plant that spike for another, 5 seconds at least?
Yeah.
That would have left them with, 10? And then there's people swinging them, so no decision to be made there from Guild. And the idea to start off, I think, was really good. They actually baited even Nags to TP over towards B. And he started rotating because of that flash, because of the push from Safe. But then the hit just doesn't actually work out on the A site. And they spent way too much time.
But boy, did they try every single thing you could possibly fathom.
And that's now 2 pistol wins for Crew again. They played 3 maps yesterday, and they went 5-1. So,
which is pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
And it's better than even what they were doing in Stage 2 in the qualifiers.
Worth noting here, yeah, while they did win the pistol in the previous half, ultimately the half itself didn't go their way. Guild was able to weather the advantage that Crew had and were able to convert it into a 2-round lead. We'll see if it's a bit of the same. As it's, again, another quiet round out from Guild. So patient. Remember, this is what got him in trouble last time. They don't have guns here. Perhaps they can try to be a bit more reckless, but you're having to work through all of the defenses that they have. It's a nice kill out from Leo. They've gotten somewhat. Well, they almost had. Leo was really the only one who had gotten through. Oh. That always feels bad.
One left hand.
That always feels bad.
2 jumping classic kills, but that's it. Feels bad. But also, it's really interesting that Leo pushes that smoke. We already actually see a tendency that Guild has. They do a lot more of those shallow smokes that aren't smoking spawn, aren't smoking elbow. And those are very abusable by Crew.
Interesting bit to note there, as you saw, Coldamenta the only player on the side of Guild with any experience versus Crew. Crew that you mentioned has been here every single international event.
Yeah, and that was back when Copenhagen played with G2 at Masters Berlin last year. They took them down in the playoffs. And before that Champions run, that was the deepest they made, 8th place against G2. And so, actually, yeah, it's interesting. Coldamenta's undefeated against Crew. He's also the only player who's been to international land, so.
Hey, listen, man, a record's a record, all right?
Record's a record.
The dub's the dub.
See if we can keep it up.
Aggressive push out from Crew as they take all belong. And they get the gunfight that they were looking for, perhaps a bit more, and they bargained for, though, as they just kind of get picked to shreds, man.
I mean, that was really, really well done. Well handled from Guild to have the personnel in position. And watching that long push, that could happen. They always know Guild is going to cook something up on the bonus, right? That's how they have that incredible win rate throughout the qualifiers. And Guild says, absolutely not. Not when we come to an international stage, not when we're playing on LAN, not when we could see eye to eye.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, really nothing for Klaus to do there. Coldamenta gets 3 on the round. The play call was pretty, and again, it was Crew who took that. They wanted that space. They wanted to take the fight. And again, it ultimately just does not go their way. Guild now with a 1-round lead. They've weathered, at least for now, they've preserved the lead, and they've taken care of having lost the initial 2 rounds.
And while the bonus idea didn't work out, this, I think, is where Crew will start to thrive, at least on the defensive side.
Left.
Or potentially is their win condition. When Nags gets the op online. He's got it right now.
He's going to be holding a short angle. Russ on the other side. And the thing is, he can play just... Oh, he's not. He creeps just a little bit further. He's got a shot at it. The swing's there, and Russ takes the damage, not ultimately falling. And they want to push forward. He's going to satchel his way in with 7 HP. It was off of the decay, and he somehow stays alive now with 41. That's not decay. That's the real thing. The spike still has not made its way out, and Trex is not satisfied with what he's taken, but the bullets go wide, and he's not able to get the kill he's looking for. Safe does, as he gets 2. Now the Seeker's in play. 3v2 here as Nags, you mentioned the win condition. He's got the operator. He's got to do something with it here.
Already down to 36 HP, and he's barely seen anything so far. Plus, they've got the orb that is difficult to work through, and yeah, the decision's being made.
Yeah. The guy didn't get a chance to play the game.
That was a ridiculous round. Nags didn't get a chance to play the game. It felt like Klaus, even though he got the kill, eventually didn't get a chance to play the game. Trex, who double satcheled into the site.
He was the only one who played the game.
I mean, he was also got hit by this. I mean, there's so many things that happened that round. And the rest of Guild was not even close to being able to join him until the flashes end up falling off. So they'll take it. That is huge for Guild. The first gun round after the bonus, and they convert it. That definitely forces Crew down. Unless they maybe go for like a double off, or I mean, actually they're 2 guns saved, so maybe not at all. Maybe we're gonna see a repeat of the first half.
So far, we are holding to form. We'll see a judge in the hands of Trex.
So that indicates lamps. They're gonna push lamps here.
Yeah, given his antics in the previous round.
Yeah, he has some of the best double satchels I think I've seen since Bunny at an international tournament. He gets so high up, it is insane. Plus the speed, straight into lamps, and nothing found.
Not yet. Look at him pushing his way forward. The guy's fearless. They have full U-Haul control. As Crew has to give the space up.
Nags rightly backs up. Yep, space given. He's going to rotate around, switch spots with Kesnet. And this should be able to follow up with this Trailblazer, but they're all grouped right now, still delaying a lot.
The nade is what kept him back. They still have to deal with Trex. He's still there. The nade is what kept them back. He was not able to establish that space yet again. As Trex, stalwart in his positioning, refusing to give up an inch. But the defuse, oh, it got stopped just at the very end. Nags was able to find one with the operator. Now Leo pushing his way forward. Kesnet on the other side, the satchel in his lap, but the kill comes through anyway. Leo gets another. Leo with 3 as Guild gets the round.
This kid is unbelievable. The amount of super impactful moments that he's had is so high so far at this event. And that just marks another one. 16 and 8. Finds the kill on the Delsnik and just cleans up both Kesnet and Nags.
That's going to lead.
And he's fired up too.
For good reason, man.
He should be.
For good reason. Guild holding on to a 3-round lead here.
There.
Still guns on both sides. You hear the Viper's pit drop instantly to deny any sort of anything towards a short, or at least attempt to.
Again, that same Trailblazer used early from Azino all the way through the bathroom TP. Does not spot anything. So what info are they going to be able to gather here? Can Delsnik take the fight? No, he jumps out of hookah at the perfect time for Guild to take the space. The smoke's going to come down on the other side of the map.
Delsnik playing in the safety, or well, at least I thought it was safety. Oh,
dude, they're insane. They just satchel it into the nade.
That's a bad day. That's a real bad day. You hear the showstopper go off. Kesnet not able to find anything. It's a 3v3. Stormate's on the side. Nag said he was concealed. He was tucked, and he comes up big at the end for Crew.
Still, though, they hold on strong. But that execute was just beautiful to watch. Or really even long at all. So, the gun rounds continue. This is again, Trex goes fast. He actually goes with a satchel. Ooh. He goes ahead of the Boombot instead of behind.
Little things, man.
These little things are so difficult to expect with the way that Guild is prepped in these situations. Klaus down. The Viper Molly's not going to be there to delay it. The wall not to be able to be used at all either. So Nags has to try to get info himself.
Shots go a bit wide. Trex still manages to preserve his life. Note he has a showstopper.
I like that though from Nags. Not getting over eager, getting the information. That was his goal. Sure, if he got the kill, and he almost did, it would have been okay. Safe heals him up though, so
blinded.
Info is all that they garnered. Have to watch here. If this hit goes to the A site, they've got the trademark, they've got the Brim ult as well, and they've got Kesnet to put his body in front, try to get that trademark down. And the slow field paired with the Brim ult could be disgusting.
The Cosmic Divide is there. You see the Seekers clearing out all of B. There's no doubt about it. They know that the hit's coming to A. The Spike's still not
30
done.
seconds left.
Now Coldamenta on the plant. Delsnik with the orbital strike. Oh, right up there. There it is. And it delays.
That's great though. They can't push through this. The Cosmic Divide is holding for now, and he doesn't even get punished late in that.
Spike now playing it. Delsnik still playing backside as he pushes his way forward. There's a player right up top. The flash timing was gorgeous as Trex isn't able to deal with it. Delsnik now still having to deal with what's in showers. Nags it left in a 1v3 and with 650 credits and 25 armor to his name. That's not a fight he's interested in taking.
Oh. Again, such a good round from Guild. They cleared the front of that Cosmic Divide so well. And then Coldamenta is 4 steps ahead of Crew, who wanted to Brim ult that plant immediately. He tapped the spike, moved all the way over to the site that he didn't want to plant, knowing that the orbital strike's not going to come on the first tap. And then goes back to the spot that he wants to eventually. Has to kind of force the speed. Timing doesn't exactly work how he wants to. Okay, Nags. Keeping this gun is huge. He could drop it and pull up the tour de force next round.
Again, as you know, we mentioned at the end of the round, 650 credits. This has become such a big factor at this point.
What a good peek from Trex there too. And then this was close to being disgusting positioning from Trex on top of that shed. Thankfully safe. Or actually, the flash from Mazzino is the one that got him down. And we'll move ahead into the 20th round. First time Guild's actually putting a lot of pressure here towards Bathroom. I think for good reason. Trying to find out where Nags is going to be with that tour de force, but look at him. He's all the way down long. He's gotten so much information here. They could potentially leave him with the trademark. But no, there's still only 2 players on this A site.
Nightfall to pave the way, but they're a bit timid in their approach. They're not funneling their way all the way out. Trex gets a kill onto Kesnet with the nade. Russ hits the tap and then pulls back. You have to keep in mind, Nags it on the flank, but is it going to be too little too late? Is the play going to be over by the time he arrives? No, it's Delsnik who keeps them back for now. A 3v2. Leo's so weak, and Delsnik has gone unscathed.
Nags is so slow. It's literally all Delsnik right now. Finally is here, and it's a double! Nags!
Forget the timing. It doesn't matter if you're late if you're going to do that. Leo now with 5 HP to win out this 1v2. He spots one player. He makes it a 1v1. It's Delzik who's there. He's been a hero for Crew the previous 2 rounds. Delzik on the tap. Leo holds fast, but Delzik lands the shots. Crew refused to go away.
They do not stop. And from around that, it looked like Kesnet was trying to do it all on himself, pushing past lamps, past where Delzik was. Completely not finding any value for himself. Leaves it to Delzik and Nags. And I thought Nags was leaving him out to dry, but no. I mean, what an impactful bullet. Look at this double, this collateral. He can't even see the second guy behind the Viper wall. That just hurts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Collabs are like cool too, but that with the impact on that, the value on that, knowing that you are down in numbers, that changes everything.
It's a top 21 player right there.
I feel like I've said this a lot. Guilds still hang on to a 2-round lead.
He goes for the Trailblazer when he's peeking in front.
That's the first thing he saw. Orbital strike now to delay, and look at that, they're a bit off segmented, yeah. Trex makes his way through, now they can follow.
No smoke here, they're recognizing the fact that Guild likes these weirder smokes on this map, and it pays off. Nags finds Russ.
Trex has to go hunting, and yeah, he still has the 2 satchels, he can go right up top, he's only able to get 1, Kesnet with the trade. 4v2 here.
Spike planted.
This Guild don't have very much as far as numbers go, but they did get the spike down.
Obscuring vision.
Oh, the smoke for Leo to play into.
Where are you?
Late for them both to play into. Trying to deny that's tap or anything like this, but there's a timer on this.
Coldamenta not able to get anything. Leo, 1, and that's all it's going to be. Delzik's going to get the defuse. It's now 1-round lead for Guild.
Crew not willing to let an undefeated map for them slide in the first map of the series. Their map pick.
Get out of here.
And Gil's gonna go for a timeout here as well. Nags, that's what I'm talking about. He's not smoked up in that position. And I love that Kesnet's tucked down that angle right there. That's not normally something you do. You're trying to get a pick, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They know the showstopper's coming. Nags has still got the op as well. They recovered that last round too. 17 and 12 he's improved to on this defensive side now. Flash trades, and Crew has not given any thought at all to this setup that Guild is doing where they're throwing the molly all the way from short to try to trap players in Octagon. And that's because Nags is switching up his position, and they're just not getting lucky in the rounds that they're choosing to do that. Here comes the wall, the late curtain as well. Not something you normally see on Bind. Usually that's immediately put down. They wanted to leave it potentially. Oh, they might go B in this case. Instead, they'll just prowl her up, and another smoke kill from Kesnet.
And note, that was, I mean, they were just trying to funnel their way in. They had the cover. They had gotten a couple of players into U-Haul.
Nags just cleared so far at bathrooms as well that he has free reign to peek through bathrooms late. And his TP's all the way back up towards heaven.
Meanwhile, Coldamenta was flirting around in Hookah, seeing if he could find anything, now rotating back towards A with the rest of his team. And that gives them the numbers advantage.
I do like this freeze though, but Crew just sent to flash down down long, so they know they're not rotating off back into long. I think what they're doing right now is waiting for Safe to have a flash back up. No, they're just gonna swing out of lamps, and Crew's there with a crossfire. Kesnet and Delzik are just destroying them and destroying that push.
Yeah, the gun difference here, very evident. That's Coldamenta. Ooh, he spotted him.
10 seconds left.
Have I told you that sheriff skin gives you automatic headshots?
You have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You believe me?
Yeah, I use that sheriff skin. I've never missed a shot.
Friends at home, if it's in your shop, go buy it. After the game, though.
Live now? Okay. Whoa.
After the game.
When did you become a shill?
Yo, come on.
11-11, all tied up. And yeah, we expected that situation. But the thing is, Crew has another buy in the tank. So even if Guild wins, Crew has 2 chances here to get to overtime point. If Crew wins, Guild is reset. Their money is not going to be there.
Yeah.
So this is it for Guild. Do or die on this map.
Again, I have to mention how Crew have been so persistent on refusing to give this map up. They've hung around the entire time and now find themselves on the precipice of winning this thing back. You see the Viper's Pit drop, but they've taken the space that they want. They have Showers control too. I mean, if you've given it already, why not?
Sure, the Showers control is crucial for this too, because they're not going to be able to scale with it.
See the Seekers come out to try to find some info on what's happening in the Viper's Pit, but the Nightfall's going to deny.
Kesnit's got double satchel and hold here. He can go crazy into that pit.
Freaking A, of course he goes. Why is that even a question? Drops it and he gets the kill onto Russ, and now the pit's down. Kesnit trying to find more, and he does. As Guild are in so much trouble, man. With 3 members left, yeah, they have Showers control. The Gravity Well's going to pull him off the defuse like we've seen before, but Kesnit with the 3rd. As Guild down to very little. Perhaps Trex and Leo can do it. Trex trying to push his way forward, and way too many members on the other side. Yeah, they get the kills at the end, but Crew get to map point.
Oh, and he gets the gun down too. Leo, no escape. And that's what I was talking about. What a round from Kesnit. This guy a monster. I've seen that situation literally unfold so many times with this guy. We're so familiar with him at this point. And the Trailblazer was perfect. It stunned Russ in that situation. So you're wondering, how did he just guess where he was? It was not a guess. That's cohesion there at its finest. Kesnit knows how good that round was, and also knows now their best chance to end this.
Final round, potentially, of the map here. Again, Crew have been on the doorstep of this, and they've finally taken the lead with eyes on the prize. They were able to cauterize and capitalize on what was put before them, and now they're in a position to put Guild away.
I can't believe they got the spike down so fast, though, in this round. A 5v5 retake, and the tools are not there this time. Thankfully, no Viper's Pit. Tracks up in that spot again. They spotted him already.
Feels similar to what we saw, though. No showstopper this time, but Cousin is still able to find value. 5v4 here. Crew with the advantage. Safe trying to find something a little cheeky. And he does.
On the defuse already, though. Is there a molly out? Yes, the pull as well.
He's going to delay for a little bit longer. Again, Crew still have the numbers advantage. Perhaps Leo can find something, and oh my gosh, he does. He finds the back of Mazino's head. Leo gets another. It's all down to Kesnit. And I don't think there's any way in. Not this time. Leo with 3. 12-12, baby.
We go overtime. Let's go. Guild and Crew delivering on this first map in spades. Kesnit as well in the last couple of rounds. But Guild just pushed onto the site. Low money, low utility, and they still make it work. Their executes have been phenomenal. And that's no different right there. We're going the distance. And we've set ourselves up for such a phenomenal qualification match in the playoffs.
Huh.
Now that is very interesting.
Yeah.
That's only the first two games that either of these teams played. Crew against Loud and Guild against Optic.
Mark 2.
See things here, Crew starting off the first overtime round on attack. And again, very reminiscent of the opening rounds, or the opening halves, really, for both sides. Quiet, waiting to see if there's any aggression on the other side. Nags rocking the glass cannon here, and he's gonna get an angle at something. If Coldamento goes a bit too far, the shot doesn't land. The swing is there. Nags with 9 HP has to back up.
He thinks he's playing regulation in there. He thinks he has head undershots. That's why he swings back into it. The muscle memory.
Yeah.
Almost gets Nags completely dead, and Massino's running back. Yo, let me heal you. I got you.
But don't make the mistake again.
And the thing is, though, he's giving up that space. And look at the rotate from Guild. 4 players are going to be here.
And now
the Trailblazer spots everything.
They know there's an op on the other
side. Oh,
side.
Kesnit's dead.
Yeah, there's no way out of that. You see the C's nade combo. Finding value. The star for Crew.
I love this. Mazzino just walking out. They've given up the space right now. Oh, but they smoke.
And he doesn't take elbow, so off of that, Guild are still going to be able to approach this retake from 2 different angles. Molly from Brim, Molly from Viper to deny, to delay anything coming in from Spawn, but it's going to be a pinch in from the other side too. Note now 3 angles with which Crew are going to have to deal with this. Trex swings his way out. Klaus already able to take care of him. How much more can he find? How much faster can he hold? as he finds his second. It's just Safe and Leo that remain. As the spike ticks away, Mazzino tries to swing it out, not able to land the shot. It's a 2v2 here. Nags again has that operator. What can he do with it? It's gonna have to be Safe who does it himself. A 1v2. Time not on his side. No way. He's able to get it to a 1v1. But again, not enough options. He's got to deal with the swing, but I just don't know that there's enough time. He got the kills, but the defuse is not gonna come through. Crew take the first overtime round.
And in a fashion that is super reminiscent of their game against Loud. They lose the opening duel. Kesnick falls to the C's nade combo.
The deja vu in it.
And they just walk it back into the site. Look at this. Beautiful stuff from Guild. And the read was perfect for them too. Remember, they had 4 people on this site as this hit's about to come through. But Klaus holds strong inside a hookah. And the rest is history. Safe almost makes it work, but not quite there, and that's a sigh. Well, losing hope a little bit.
I mean, Nags played it so well, waited until the very last possible second to challenge that.
We swap sides again. Guild really strong in these executes. They're setting up really fast. They've got Octagon control. Look at this pocket that Mazzino's in.
That boy's in trouble. Oh, okay, forget it. He's not in trouble. He is the trouble. Mazzino with 3. Guild thought they had him trapped, but he punches right back.
Such a good play from Klaus and Mazzino. They haven't used that pocket at all, and Guild have not noticed that it exists. He tucks himself in it. They drop the Viper wall, and he frags out.
For this to be how they potentially lose the round, Safe has to throw it and reverse the satchel in his feet. Still gets a kill onto Kesnet.
They've got time to work with. 2 versus 5 to hold on to the game.
They just don't have the personnel.
2
and
versus
it's
3.
now it's a 3v2 now.
Oh!
Safe again, a 1v2, 24 HP. Spike just out of reach.
They're separated right now. He gets the information in Octagon. Oh, but Mazzino's being a little bit disciplined. Gonna group back up.
30 seconds left. Safe with so much before him if they swing out at the same time. Actually, if he's able to isolate some of this, he's gonna get a shot at it. Nothing seen. Delzik on the swing, he hears that. The molly in his lap, Safe gets it, and now the Seekers come in play, but with 13 seconds left, he still has to get the spike through and get it planted.
10 seconds left.
Is there enough time? Mazzino holding the angle. Safe has to go, he has to go now. He's just waiting for the fight to come through, and it's not gonna happen. What a way for the map to finish. And of course, Mazzino with the 4th at the end, the hero for Crew when they needed him most.
Just an unbelievable round from him to tuck himself in there. And then to close things out in the anti-clutch, the 1v1 against Safe. Guild almost pulled it back. But yeah, they were so close to tying that back up.
For Safe to have the performance that he had.